Hi, my name is Ashley Adair, also known as Glamazon Amazon for all my Facebook fans, or Amazon Ashley on YouTube. I'm 6'7", barefoot. I'm 28 years old. I'm a Leo. My birthday is August the 20th. Where do I live and what are my career goals? Currently, I'm living in Los Angeles, California. My career goals are to take over the planet with one giant Amazon swoop. I've done a music video and I've been in a couple of YouTube videos and stuff like that. But the pros and cons of being 6'7". Definitely a pro. We'll start with the pros. The pros are whenever I walk into a room, I'm always, all eyes are on me, and that's an awesome feeling, just to naturally be the center of attention. That's great, because I like attention. The cons, clothes are hard to find.
6'7"?
Sometimes people are scared of me. Sometimes people will think I'm a guy, I'm too tall to be a natural female. Just the wildest, craziest things. People may be intimidated to talk to me. Sometimes, people just they're just not used to things that are different. Wow, the craziest thing people probably say about my height, like, am I human? Are you real? Did you come from another planet?
I don't know what the fuck.
And it's like, I'm a real normal girl, basically.
Oh my goodness. Hey, baby.
Do I have trouble dating? I don't have any trouble dating. Whenever I go out, there's always a guy who seems like they're up for the challenge that I think I am. Guys usually treat me like a precious stone because they see girls who are 5'6" to 5'10" all the time, and so when you see like a really tall woman, you know that that's a precious gem. That's what I think, and guys treat me like that for the most part. I've had my share of jerks and weirdos, but I think I've had good luck with guys. Currently I'm single, but I'm focused now on making a name for myself, and I recently moved to Los Angeles to pursue a career in entertainment, so I had to cut a lot of strings and cut a lot of my excess baggage out of my life, but I was up for that, and I was excited to start something new, and LA is a great city. I thought about moving to New York or Miami, but I've loved Los Angeles. There are tons of celebrities here. You never know who you'll meet on a day-to-day basis, so being in LA is just awesome. I've had a lot of great experiences here. But I also had a lot of great experiences in New York. The shortest guy I've ever dated was about 5'9". He came up to kind of when I wore my high heels, which he always liked me to wear. He came up to about here. Antonio, he was the best. He was like a really good friend and a lover, all combined into one. I don't discriminate when it comes to age or race or height. Usually, the taller the guy, the bigger the jerk. And guys who are a bit on the short side or vertically challenged, they usually like me more, and we mesh well, like opposites attract, and they just treat me the way I want to be treated. And usually tall guys are just like all jerks, all the ones that I've met. But the short ones, which I prefer short guys, are sweet. And he was about 5'9", and when we got stares when we went to the movies, and it was crazy. People would say crazy things like, look at that huge woman and look at the little tiny man she's with. We were kind of like a little spectacle, but we didn't care because we cared a lot about each other, and we were good friends. So the tallest guy I've ever dated was about 6'10". So when we went out, we got even more attention because people were just like, wow, like, where are you guys from? And like, it's crazy. And that's awesome too. I've had one roommate my entire life. She and I worked together. She was pretty cool. We got along until her boyfriend started hitting on me. And usually created a whole bunch of other problems. Roommates usually cool. I usually want to try to find pretty well as long as it gives me my space. But when heads butt and things come up as they often do, I'm usually the one to try to I'm usually the one to try to find peace and try to find a resolution to the problem. At the same time, I'm not a pushover. I don't let people walk over me if I am in a roommate situation. I'm not going to just let people take my kindness for weakness. I do, stand up for myself if need be. But usually I get along pretty well with people. If I was chosen to live in a house with a bunch of Amazons, I think that would be totally amazing. I have been in confrontations before. Once I was in Puerto Rico with a really close girlfriend, and it was over some guy, and she tried to, fight me and hit me with her shoe, and I ended up pulling out like a clump of her hair. And she learned her lesson when she went home on the plane with a big bald spot. But generally, people will try me because they're like, okay, are you the gentle giant? But when the confrontation comes up, I'm always the one to end it because I'm not a bully or anything, but I consider myself to be fair, and sometimes when people aren't fair, I definitely don't hesitate to defend myself or protect myself if need be. Trust me, I don't let the long hair and the nails and the makeup fool you. I am from Washington, D.C. I can represent if need be. I'm not a pushover. I'm not going to let anybody take advantage of me if I'm in a roommate situation. Pet peeves. What are my pet peeves? I don't like people who are too pushy or too in your face, or like people stealing my clothes or taking stuff without asking, without permission. I like people to be, courteous and respectful of one another, because I'm going to respect people. I like people to treat me the way, I treat people the way I want to be treated. So my pet peeves are like loud, obnoxious jerks or loud, obnoxious people. That really is the biggest pet peeve. Sometimes, people will try to compete with me when I'm in a bar or I'm in a club or something. People will try to compete with the attention that I get. So they'll be really pushy and bossy and, telling, oh, she's coming home with me, I'm not afraid of her and this and that. I hate when guys act like that. They try to overcompensate because they're shorter. They try to act like they're this larger than life personality, and they act like jerks, and that is one of my biggest pet peeves. Am I religious? I'm not a terribly religious person. I have a relationship with God. I do pray. I grew up Catholic. I went to Catholic school. And I have a relationship with God, but I'm not necessarily wouldn't consider myself a super megally religious person per se. I have my own individual relationship with God, and I pray. I do pray a lot, and because living in the world, as crazy as the world is, you gotta have a little something extra, and I find that in prayer. But I'm not terribly religious. No. My first job, I used to work as a temp, and so they would send you around a whole bunch of different jobs and little temp jobs, and that was cool. Then I kind of got a job working for AARP in sort of like a secretary position for a really cool state head, state master type state director for Washington, D.C. And that was awesome experience, because my mother used to, when I was little, my mom used to work with elderly people, so I have a soft spot in my heart for the elderly or people with disabilities, and that's what I kind of worked for ARP. My name is Ashley Adair, also known as Amazon.